Jacob, and I'm an Amazon Teamster member, local 2785. We're out here because the attacks by ICE in Minneapolis are a war on the entire working class, and it's the entire working class that has to come together to shut it down. Only a real general strike can melt ICE, and that's the way that we're going to fight this Trump police state.
My name is Brian Weston. I'm a resident of the Amazon Teamsters, local 2785, and we're here to shut ICE down.
We're here because last week the people of Minnesota went on a general strike against ICE terror in their state, and the very next day federal agents in the streets of Minneapolis murdered nurse and worker Alex Preddy. Shame. They think they can break us down, that they can stop this wave of the power of the people, but we're not going to let that happen. They want to invade every city like they invaded Minneapolis, but we're going to rise up in cities across this country just like Minneapolis did. We'll let the courage of the people of Minnesota be our blueprint. Today in the Bay Area, we are part of over 300 actions happening across the country. Thousands, that's right, thousands of businesses have closed today in solidarity with Minnesota. Thousands of students walked out of dozens of campuses across the Bay Area. And thousands of workers are here today to say that we're ready to shut it down.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down! All right, everybody, are you ready to hear some amazing speakers? My name is Sonica. I'm with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. And we're standing here alongside major labor unions, students, educators, community organizations, and workers of all generations. I'm very excited to be one of your MCs today. I'm going to pass it over to my fellow MC, Katya. Let's hear it for Katya.
I'm still so, I don't know what to call it, but I'm so proud of the young people. I am so proud of all of you out here, all the high schools, all the students. I know some of you got your little brothers from elementary, little sisters from elementary school and middle school. Shout out to those babies too. Shout out to those babies too. That's right. My name is Katia Padilla. I represent the San Francisco Latino Task Force. Shout out to Latino Task Force, everybody. We are not a nonprofit. We are a coalition that represents the people of San Francisco and not just Latinos. We represent the Black community. We represent the Pacific Islander community. And we are here to serve. We do the jobs of the political people that say they're here to serve us. We are here to represent you. We are here to represent your families, your parents, your siblings. Because that we know, and they know that we know, this is our motherfucking money. Let's get loud today, everybody. I can do this without a mic, but there's way too many people back there, and I want to make sure you hear us. Today, we're going to get fucking loud. We are going to get loud. We want them to know that we outnumber them. We outnumber them. Look around. We outnumber them. We gotta promise ourselves that we are turn 18, you will start voting. You will start practicing. That's right. Thank you, everybody.
All right, everybody. We're super excited to introduce our very first speaker today. And because students lead the way, our first speaker is Sky, a high school senior in San Francisco who just walked out to be here. Let's hear it for Sky.
Hello to the Bay. Thank you guys. I got here 10 minutes ago, just got off the 24 with around 100 students from my relatively small school. Shout out to them. Woo! Can I get some noise from all the high schoolers out there? I know. I think we have people from nearly every high school in the Bay. I mean, truly incredible. Truly incredible. I can't say, I don't have the words to say how like staggered I am by the support this action has received today. I mean, I knew the students of the Bay were incredible, but this is another level. Thank you guys so much.
That's right.
I myself became aware for the calls for a national shutdown and a Bay Area-wide school walkout around Sunday or Monday this week, which seems like a year ago. But of course, I began sharing it to all the places I normally do. You know, my politically active friends, the local organizers I know, the classics. But around Tuesday, I began noticing the infographic for the shutdown this Friday, and in its various incarnations across the internet, in places I never even think to look. I saw the infographic on the Instagram stories of the popular girls who I'd never seen be politically active before. I saw it on the phones in the hallways in between classes. I saw it everywhere. And as I began hearing the success stories of other schools across the Bay Area, I began reaching out to more people around my school who were connected to various organizers, and things began to snowball, and voila, by the end of the day on Wednesday, a meeting point and transportation plans had been established. The amount of people that came up to me in the halls expressing their motivation and their excitement for this action has been, once again, staggering. The students of the Bay Area are angry about this. We're goddamn angry, and we're ready to show it. Isn't that right? As the situation was developing in Minneapolis this weekend, I was seeing two main types of videos on my feed. The first was the type I'm sure we're all familiar with at this point. The brutal attacks, the tear gas, the countless awful tragedies. Shame! The second type of video that I was seeing, however, was almost what struck me the most. It was people handing out earmuffs and gloves to guard against the cold. They were distributing hot coffee and meals. They were washing the tear gas out of their neighbors' eyes. And side by side, at those distribution tables, next to the grizzled veterans of the anti-Vietnam War movement and the anti-Iraq War movement, there were the high schoolers. The people who have been watching all this unfold on their phones for their entire lives, not just ISIS terror, but the genocide in Palestine and the increasing, ever-looming threat of climate change. The terror on our immigrant communities, the cutting of funding for education, for healthcare, and public programs vital for working people of every age, we are becoming more and more politically informed. And today, did we let those horrors keep us down? Did we let them keep us home? No, we did not. The right thinks that our anger is confined to the internet, but today we proved that could not be further from the truth. So tell the journalists on the street with us, tell the helicopters flying overhead that the youth, united, will never be divided. The youth, united, will never be divided. The youth, united, will never be divided. organizing power that allows us to come together like this on a moment's notice. The fight does not end today. It is just beginning today. Get organized, get involved, and stay informed in every sense of the word. We are the future, and we get to decide what that means. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sky. You heard that. You are the future. You get to decide what you want this government to do for you. That's right. So without further ado, I do want to call the next speaker, a student from SF State, San Francisco State. Shout out! I'm also an alumni from SF State. Our speaker is Shar with the Young Democratic Socialists of America.
Hello, San Francisco! My name is Shar, and I'm with the Young Democratic Socialists of America. We are one of 10 different organizations at San Francisco State University, a part of the Defend Immigrant Student Coalition. We are a part of a coalition unified by necessity. We deemed that it was necessary that San Francisco University becomes a sanctuary campus. We are working together to ensure the safety and security of our immigrant students that are our peers and classmates. But we are not here on campus today. We are here in San Francisco! Today, we walked out of school, out of work. Hopefully some of us skipped brunch to remind Trump and his fascist regime to explain to Lurie and his billionaire friends that San Francisco is a sanctuary city. A city that does not let its firefighters do its dirty work. A city where our immigrants can go to court without fear. A city where our mayor doesn't have a private phone call with the fascist president of this colonial state. It is our job as students, as teachers, as workers to not just ask power for sanctuary, but to be the power that demands sanctuary. San Francisco was built by laborers, not the ruling class. The first people that were subjugated to the ruling class in San Francisco were the Ramaytush Ohlone people, who were forced to build their own prison. Today, we are not subjugated by colonial rule and terror, but by the extractive system known as capitalism.
That's right.
A system that hopes to divide us by immigration status, by racial distinctions, by access to privilege. But we know better. We know when we stand together, we win.
That's right.
When we stand together, unified by strong, tangible demands, nothing can stop us. No spray tan pedophile, no Nepo mayor, no one! So I ask you, the people of San Francisco, are we willing to declare that our home is a sanctuary? Are we willing to work together to center the voices directly impacted, to do the necessary work necessary to not live in fear? Are we ready to create systemic changes to this fucking country? Thank you all so much for having me. Let's fucking do it!
San Francisco, let's hear it one more time for Shar and the students. I heard recently that when a teacher tells you enough is enough, you have to listen and get into the streets with them.
general strike in the United States. And it's very, very important that we understand how important it is what we're doing today for a general strike in the United States. Our union was not on the list of endorsers for today, not because we didn't want to, but because we can't right now. And I want to be honest about what that means. Our union first won collective bargaining rights because we broke the law. Because teachers, particularly women teachers, went on strike. In the 1960s, if you were a woman and you were showing pregnant, you were fired. You lost your job. And thank you. Thank you. And we did what you're doing today and what they did in Minneapolis today and a week ago. And our teacher ancestors said no. They said, we don't care. They said, we're going to do it anyway. And in San Francisco right now, United Educators of San Francisco is being forced again by the district's refusal to agree with us to stabilize our schools and staff our schools, and we are getting ready to strike if necessary. We held our strike vote this week. We will hold strike school tomorrow, and if we have to, we will be out on the picket lines for our students. Lastly, the top demands that we're taking action on are important for our schools and our school communities. And yes, we're fighting for a raise. And yes, we're fighting for health care. But one of our top demands is sanctuary schools. We will win sanctuary schools. And we will win the right to be trained so every single educator knows how to stop ice. And if we have to go on strike and we need to go to ICE and we need to go to the courthouse, come and tell us. Because we will come out with you. We will come out with the whole community of San Francisco and say, no ICE terror, no billionaire agenda, make the general strike a reality.
Shout out to the Vice President of Substitutes of the UESF, Natalie! She represents all of us. She's the worker class. She's the teachers, the ones that teach our young people to be better people for this country. We're about to introduce our next speaker, another student, but I do want to ask the people on Dolores, if you can move closer this way. We do not want anyone getting hurt by any vehicle. So those of you back here in the truck, we ask that you move on this side. Please move on this side. It's for your safety. We don't know who will be driving in those vehicles. We've seen what's happened in other states. We do not want it to repeat itself here. As you all are moving towards the park, I want to introduce our next speaker. But let's shout out Lowell High School. Lowell High School! I also want to shout out, because this has a lot to do with our next speaker. Guatemala, are you in the house? Mexico! El Salvador! Our next speaker, her name is Iyari, and she is for a Lowell High School student, but not only is she a student, she is a junior and co-president of Latinos Unidos. Shout out to Iyari.
As she said, my name is Iyari. I want to start off by saying that we are all gathered to here on sacred and powerful ground. Dolores Park is not just a park, it is a burial site. Beneath our feet lie the ancestors of the Ramaytush people. The original people of this land, Yelamu, unceded Yelamu territory. The original stewards of this land are still here. They were the first people to resist displacement, state violence, and systems that try to erase them. Long before ICE, long before borders, long before this country even existed. And today we continue that resistance. I stand before you as a descendant of immigrants from the Americas. And if your lineage is not directly connected to the original peoples of this land, then somewhere in your family history, someone migrated here, seeking safety, opportunity, or survival. That truth connects every single one of us. Because we need to be honest. We are standing on stolen land, and yet we are still fighting for a future rooted in justice and dignity for all. But we know this fight is no longer just about immigrants. This is a fight for the working class. This is a fight for students who deserve education without fear. For workers who deserve dignity without exploitation. For families who deserve to stay together. This is a fight for and by the people. Look around you. Look at the people standing beside you. Students, educators, workers, organizers, families. This is what solidarity looks like. I am so proud of us today for choosing to stand up, walk out, and refuse silence. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for using your privilege, not for comfort, but for justice. Because we know that the point of today is to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comforted. Many of us are not old enough to vote yet, but let me be clear, we are not powerless. We can choose where our money goes. We choose what we support. Our dollar is our vote. We will not be complicit. Our money will not fund cages, raids, or family separation. Our money will not support corporations that profit from suffering. The time is now to divest. Amazon, Google, Disney, Hulu, Starbucks, In-N-Out, Chipotle. That's just to name a few. Do your research. Can you commit to boycotting these companies? Let's ask ourselves and each other what kind of future we're funding with our dollars. That's right. This is how we show them how united we are. Against hate, against violence, against injustice, against silence. Our power is real. Our voices matter. Our unity is unstoppable. When young people rise, history changes. And today, we're on the right side of history.
Let's hear it one more time for That's right. Our young people are so amazing. Thousands of them are here with us today, having organized their own walkouts. If you believe our students deserve a better future, let me hear it. If you believe our students deserve fully funded schools, let me hear it. Smaller class sizes. Special education for everybody who needs it. We live in the state that's got a bigger economy than most of the countries in the world. There's no reason that our students, our young people, shouldn't have every investment into their futures. Is that right? To not invest in them is a political decision made by the people who claim to lead this state right now and to lead this country. Shame. That's why I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, who is someone who spent years fighting for what students need and the future that we all deserve. Our next speaker is a school social worker at SFUSD, a union leader, and the campaign manager of Frank Lada's campaign, who's running as a socialist for superintendent of public instruction in the state of California. Let's hear it for Maggie, everybody.
All right, repeat after me. Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Not for war and deportation.
That is right. I want to start by acknowledging that today started by a call from Somali and black students in Minneapolis. That is right. It started with students calling on all of us from the United States to stand together as the people of Minneapolis stood together just a week ago on January 23rd. And again, yes. And again, I want to just acknowledge the incredible leadership that you students all around have taken so that us adults could follow you. I hope you remember the power you have and the power that you have inspired in all of us. When we think about a true democratic society, education is a cornerstone of that, and it must be accessible to everybody and treated as a public good. And that means investing in and spending our money on public education. Frank has a 10-point platform that when you hear it, it isn't even all that radical. In fact, when you hear it, you may even ask yourself, why are these things not happening already? Because let us be clear, these things could happen tomorrow if our politicians had the political will. And we have been ruled in San Francisco and in California by a super democratic majority for decades. And both the Democrats and the Republicans are ruled by billionaires.
That's right.
California is the fourth largest economy in the world. In the world. Shouldn't our public schools reflect that? But they do not. Our platform is rooted in what educators, families, students, and communities have been asking for decades, because we know and you know what we need. And just as the educators in Minneapolis are responding to the terror that is raining down on their cities because they know what they need, it is their students, their older students, their parents, their
and their communities that are keeping themselves safe. It is not ICE. That is what we are demanding. We are demanding small class sizes. Okay, if you're a high schooler out there, do you think that your classes are too small? Hell no! In California, there's no class size limit for high school. That's ridiculous, and that's why Frank is fighting to have an actual class size limit. That's why he's also fighting to keep ICE and cops out of schools, because they have no place in our schools.
That's right.
They do not keep us safe. They make our schools unsafe. We are demanding fully staffed schools with student supports like counselors, school social workers, and family liaisons, people that will connect with and support our students and families. I don't know about you all, but it is exhausting to go fight year after year after year for these things that we know work. But I will tell you, it has been inspirational to see the youth standing up and fighting at the board meetings for your schools, because you have a right to be angry and you have a right to demand better for your education and for your futures. So when we say that failing our children and failing our schools is a policy choice, this is what we mean. Every year, the Democrats and Republicans choose to spend our tax dollars on things like war and ICE. If they, yeah, shame. Since they passed the Individuals with Disabilities Act, which is what funds special education, they were supposed to fund 40% of it at the federal level. They have never, this year they have funded 10% of it. Shame! 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 In order to fund 40% of it, it would take 50% of the ICE budget. That's right. We are giving twice of the amount to ICE that it would cost to fund special education in this country. So that tells you where the priorities are, and we will not stand for it. A socialist future is a future for the people, with the people. And if we are going to have the public schools in California that we deserve, we must build together as we came together today. So please look around. Look at all of the people and the faces around you. Because if we can come together like we did today and fight for the public schools that you all deserve and that your families deserve for the next generations, just think of what we could have. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you, to the teachers, most importantly, because I know there's a couple of teachers in this crowd right now who walk with their students. They walked out too. Shout out to the teachers. Shout out for supporting the parents that cannot be here today, because some of our parents could not be here today. They cannot leave work. For those of you that know, you know. And I wanted to also mention one more time, we already had a bipartisan democracy here in this country. We have the Republicans and Democrats, but we all know, and she said it very clearly, they do not represent us. So do not forget the name of the new superintendent who is going to win. He's a socialist. His name is Frank Lara, and he will represent us. We've got to try a different way, and we will try a new way. Let's do a quick chant, because I wanna make sure we hear this all across Dolores Park and all across the city. We're gonna say, Viva, Viva Palestina! Viva, Viva Palestina! Viva, Viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, Viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
State University. The student speaker is an organizer with the General Union of the Palestine Students at SF State. His name is Nazar. Shout out to Nazar.
ICE, KKK, IOF, they're all the same. ICE, KKK, IOF, they're all the same. How y'all doing today? Let me hear it. I'm Nazar with the General Union of Palestine Students. What has been occurring across the country has been an atrocity. Children have been separated from their families and civilians have been murdered in broad daylight. If this is what we're able to witness here, imagine the inhumane conditions in the deportation camps. With fathers and mothers forced to rot in jail cells, not knowing when or if they're able to see their families again. Liam Ramos is a 5-year-old kindergartner that was taken by ICE at his school, knowing his parents weren't physically there to protect him. Shame! Faye Zhang is a 6-year-old. Faye Zhang and his 6-year-old son were separated by ICE in New York City, where his father attempted suicide due to the distress he was in. And then he got deported back to China in December. Shame! Palestinian children, men and women have been violently abducted by Israel. Shame! And the connections between ICE and the IOF are increasingly clear by the day. You can see it in the shoot first, block the ambulance, and then call them a domestic terrorist tactic is used by ICE and the IOF. Psychological tactics that Israel uses on Palestinians are being mimicked onto working class families here in America. The deadly exchange occurring between Israel and the U.S. only continues with weapon contracts, military spending, and technology sharing. Even in the Bay Area, I've received countless alerts that ICE officers in San Bruno, San Francisco, San Mateo County, and all over California. Our communities are being threatened daily, so we must stand up and fight for what is right. Whether it's ICE, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Zionist regime, we need everything in our power to isolate and end the white supremacy and this racism and this Zionist project. Alright, let's say it loud. Wait, give me a second. From Palestine to Mexico, these border walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico, these border walls have got to go. Palestine to Mexico, these border walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico, these border walls have got to go. Free, free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Thank you.
Streets here and thousands more across the country, some of our politicians are still voting to send more funding to ICE. Shame! We've made the will of the people incredibly clear, so it's unconscionable that politicians, Democrat and Republican, could still be alike have failed the people. Their actions prove that they are both parties ruled by the billionaires. It's time for fighters that speak with and for the people. We will not settle for minor reforms or just the removal of a few ICE leaders. We demand the complete abolition of ICE. The indictment of every single ICE murderer, and amnesty and full rights for every immigrant in this country. And we need fighters in this state that will help us make that happen. Is that right? That's why I'm super excited to introduce our next speaker, another educator, a school social worker in the Bayview, one of the last black and brown communities in San Francisco. That's right. And he is also a socialist candidate for governor of California. Let's hear it for Ramsey Robinson, y'all.
San Francisco, make some noise! If the Bay Area stands with Minnesota, make some more noise! Just last week, over 200,000 of people just like us, students, workers, folks that look just like me and you, came out in Minnesota and showed us the way how we fight against ICE. Is that right? When ICE murdered Renee Good, when ICE murdered Alex Preedy, when they targeted Somali communities, when they kidnapped Liam Ramos, what did they do? They got together and pushed ICE back. And now, today, it's our turn to make some noise if you're gonna fight back with Minnesota. Look at us coming out here, feel our energy together, and know that we demand, with the power that we have, if ICE ever messes with any of our communities, that we are gonna mass up like they did a week ago, and we are gonna fight back. We are saying ICE out of everywhere. And let's talk just really quickly about what happened in Minnesota, because you know the Democrats ain't doing anything. As a matter of fact, their governor, Tim Walz, called up Donald Trump and said some weak lines about let's bring in the National Guard, let's get rid of the ICE that are untrained. Is that enough to protect us? Look at what Trump did. He replaced the commander of ICE, but he replaced that commander with Tom Holman, who Obama gave an award to for deporting our immigrant communities. Are we going to stand for that? It's the same terror, but different faces. What we need, and the only thing that protects us against ICE, is when people like us respond like we're doing right now. When y'all students walk out of school, when us workers shut our workplaces down, we show Trump, we show his administration that when we get organized, nothing can stop us. And y'all know it's always been like that. Some of y'all high schoolers know, summer 2020. The reason right now we're the murderer of George Floyd, Derek Chauvin, who stood on his neck for 9 minutes until that black man died.
Shame!
The only reason Derek Chauvin is in prison is because in 2020, 35 million of us got out into the streets and showed them we want justice. I'm running for governor of California through the Peace and Freedom Party because we need a party for people like us. We need a leader. We need a leader who will fight back against ICE. Governor of California, I will ban any local and state agency from cooperating with ICE, and if they're found guilty, we will prosecute them and we will throw them in jail. Hey, but check it out. This is what I want to say. It's not the governor's office that has the power. It's us. Is that right? It's us shutting down the schools. It's us shutting down the businesses. It's us having a historic general strike where we shut everything down, and that's how we protect our communities from ICE. Is that right? Okay. So Minnesota showed us the way forward. We're going to expand this general strike all across the world, all across the state, and we're going to walk through that door that they opened for us together, and we will end police terror. We will end the shooting of people that look just like us. We will abolish ICE forever. And before I go, I do have to shout out my peoples at Kit Bayview. Bayview, what's up? As I get off this stage, I want us to remember how it feels like when Bayview, when Hunters Point, when San Francisco, when all of us across the country get together like we do and feel this energy, and remember, without us, nothing moves. Thank you, y'all.
Let's hear it one more time for Ramsey Robinson! If y'all are ready for a system run by workers, let me hear it! If you're tired of the two-party system, let me hear it! If you want leaders who are workers just like you and me, let me hear it! That's right! All the way up! That's what it's gonna take, is every single one of us getting ready to fight, joining organizations, and leaving behind the Democrats and the Republicans to build an independent people's movement!
Hi everyone, my name is Justice. I grew up here in San Francisco just like most of you. I know nothing about anyone's background here, nor the things that you've been through. But what I do know is that we are all the same. No matter if we live outside of San Francisco, a different state, or outside of the U.S., we all bleed the same way. We breathe the same air. There's no real difference between any of us. And that being said, no one should have to be called an alien, a racial slur, or be dragged and beaten to death, or taken from their family. I shouldn't have to worry if my friends are going to be taken away from me or their family. We shouldn't be hearing about people getting killed every single day over ICE. We need to come together and protest against ICE to fight for our friends, the rights of our family, and those that we don't even know. If we stand up against them, they will not win, no matter how hard they try. So don't say there's nothing that I can't do, because there's something that you can do. Never too late to do the right thing. And lastly, do not use my name as an excuse to take people's rights away.
I want to let you all know that they always have it out for the black community. But we are no longer letting that happen in San Francisco. And I'm saying this, it is very relevant because they started with the black people. They started with the black people. You gotta remember this. They started with the black people. And now they're going after the brown people. And they're gonna go after the Asian community too. So if you identify with any one of those three, I want to hear you stand up and scream the fuck out. left, and then we're going to start marching today. But we want to make sure you guys remember we're going to be loud. We are going to be loud. So that the people that live in these houses, you know, they pushed our communities out of these communities here. They pushed the people, our people, out of these homes. And so we're going to be loud, and we're going to make sure they hear us today. All right, I have the honor to call up the next speaker. So let's get loud for Balboa High School. Where is Balboa High School?
I am tired. No, scrap that. I am exhausted for fighting year after year for our rights that were given to us. Our people are being murdered in the streets, and they're lying and trying to justify it. There's nothing right about cold-blooded murder. Nothing. They're detaining children, little children in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, in LA. They are detaining them to get our people out of here. You know what I say to that? Fuck that! I stand here today because there might not be a tomorrow. There will not be a tomorrow to fight if I don't stand here today. Do you want to know what I seen on my feed the other day? I seen an ICE agent say, raise your voice, I erase your voice. Fuck that! I stand here and I talk because I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people because I love the people. I love the people because I'm here for the people. I am the people. Today, it's in Minnesota. It's in Minneapolis. Tomorrow it's here. Tomorrow it's our friends. It's our family, our grandparents, our cousins, our nieces, our nephews. I say, fuck that. Get us out of our country. Out of here. All of you standing here today, I want to thank you for standing up for what you believe in. There's people who are coming out here and have guts to fight for the future of their country. Thank you.
We're not just pissed off. We're not just tired. We are exhausted. Enough is fucking enough. But I want to make sure we also represent the community of Palestina, porque Palestina merece ser libre. Puerto Rico merece ser libre. Venezuela merece ser libre. The Americas does not belong to the white folk. No, it does not. No, it doesn't. Our native community merece ser libre. Our native community deserve their land back because we don't know how to care for it. We don't know how to care for it. Look at us shooting each other. Look at us using each other. Using the labor of the working class. Using the labor of the immigrant community. And then locking them up when we no longer care for them. It is very shameful. Viva, viva Palestina! Que viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Que viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! All right, everybody. Our next speaker is the head steward for the UAW 4811. The UAW is the union of 48,000 academic workers at the University of California.
Look at this power. Look at this sea of people. Everyone look around you and look what we've done. Look around you. I want you to feel it. I want you to know it deep in your bones about what we can do. Last Friday, Minnesota, they gave us a living reminder of what power looks like. Tens of thousands of people went out into the streets in the sub-zero cold and they shut it down. Workers workers, unions, small businesses, and faith leaders called for a shutdown, and the people answered, no shopping, no work, no business as usual. This was the first citywide general strike in generations. Not because we forgot how, but because the system has spent decades trying to convince us that we can't. But we can we? Mark my words, what Minnesota did last week, it will not be the last time, am I right? You see, what a general strike does is it teaches ordinary people, teaches all of us, that we run this shit ourselves. These buildings, these parks, these cities, this whole economy, it doesn't belong to the billionaires, it belongs to us. It only functions when we let it function. And history knows and shows what happens when we remember this. In 1934, West Coast dock workers went on strike for safety and dignity. But then SFPD killed strikers on Bloody Thursday in San Francisco. The city erupted. Mass outrage, mass mourning, and mass solidarity. And that's when the call went out for a general strike. Working people across the city said no more business as usual as our neighbors are being murdered in cold blood. You see, we've won all of the rights that we enjoy through mass collective action, not because of a politician handed it to us out of the kindness of their heart, but because we demanded it, we won it. And the moment we use that power, they show us what they're really willing to do to keep control. The day after the shutdown last week, Alice Peretti, a VA ICU nurse, was shot and killed by ICE agents. Shame! Instead of accountability, we got excuses, we got smears, because that's how they try to govern. Fears, lies, and impunity. They want you to believe that this was just one bad apple, but we know this whole damn system is rotten. They want you to believe that changing a single face of this campaign of terror is de-escalation, but we know it's not. We know justice is only when ICE is abolished. That's why today unions across the country, including my own local UAW 4811 and UAW Region 6, signed onto the call by the Somali Student Association. Today commemorates a major show of power by our class, but we know the fight is not over. If you're serious about winning this fight, who are you bringing next time? What organization are you getting to sign on? Which neighbor, coworker, classmate, or small business are you bringing into this ever-growing movement? Because there's one and last important lesson I want to teach you. What they fear the most is not our anger. No. It's something deep down we all know inside. It is that virtue is common. That courage is not rare. That we are the brave and the many, and they, masked ICE agents, are the weak and the few. That we have the ability to shake the very pillars of this country. You know why? Because we built those fucking pillars. You to know that when we stand tall together, shoulder to shoulder, brothers and sisters and siblings all, we can make those pillars tumble down and we can rebuild a better world. So stand up, everyone. I want to see you stand up and reclaim what's yours. Are you ready to fight, San Francisco? Are you ready to fight? I want to hear you say what Minnesota and working people everywhere are saying. ICE out! Out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! Feel your power! Don't forget it! We're gonna fight back and win!
The women and the men that take care of us, that make this economy stronger, so that the Googlers and and the Facebookers and the Applers can go to work. And we take care of their goddamn children. Now, poor babies ain't got no fault.